Now, this hot off the presses. Congratulations to Atlanta. Apparently, you all, Atlanta is the best location to start a career. Who knew? Now, a bunch of folks have been saying Atlanta has been, kind of popping and thriving for a long time now. I don't know how I feel about Atlanta. You know, I've heard good and bad things about it. I can't personally say I've been, because I haven't. But I've watched people say, I was watching one person and they said they moved to Atlanta at the onset of COVID, right? In 2020, 2021 type of time period. They said they had a lot of fun in Atlanta and it was really fun. However, they left. They went into why they left and it was kind of strange, but it kind of made some sense as I recall it now. I don't know though. To me, I feel like if you're just starting off your working career and something like this comes out that says, Atlanta is hot, it's the best place to start a career, I think you chance it and move there. Yeah. Why not? So, I don't know. This might be a boom for Atlanta even more than what is already booming. You know, I know the airport, the Hatfield Airport, is the most traveled airport in all of the world. Yeah, they say more flights come in and out of Atlanta than anywhere else on the planet. So, not to really bore you all with this one, I just thought that this is important for you to know if you're just starting off a career. This is graduation season. A lot of people are graduating, looking to moving, relocating, and starting a career in Atlanta. The median income is pretty high there, 79,000. That's higher than most of the nation. So I looked at that, I said, wow, they're making bank in Atlanta. Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, it's good to know. Can Atlanta get oversaturated the market? You know, it depends. If you're looking for, like, this is about specifically looking for a career. They said it's the hottest place to go if you're looking to start off your career. But if a lot of people are moving down there, then it would also stand to reason it would be good for entrepreneurship too, to start a business. It says something like 120,000 people moved to Atlanta alone in 2023. That's a lot of new people. Just last year, 120,000 people relocated. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I might have to go and check it out and see how it's going down there. Yeah, yeah. Well, especially, I look at that kind of stuff and I read those kind of things. Especially, I bring some of this attention to folks because, you never know. I don't think I have too many losers, life's losers that, tie on to me, but you never know. I think it's good regardless. I think it's good information to know what's happening in your country, where's the best place to go to start a career. I think all of that is helpful. You need more information, more people spreading that type of information than some of the information that gets spread, you know. And especially if you're a young person, you say you just graduated university. That's very pertinent information. Even if you graduated university in California or Louisiana, you now know Atlanta is the hottest market in terms of career, define a career. Now you can use that information and you can be flexible. Because what a lot of young people do nowadays, Gen Z, millennials, because people don't own houses and things like that. Not a whole lot of the generation, anyway. Some people do, but not a whole lot. People are more flexible, so they'll get in a car. They'll apply to jobs, get in a car, and drive to where they want to, work. So I think this is wonderful news to have to get out to the general public, so we know where to go for if you're just starting a career. Yeah, that's wonderful news. So Atlanta is the place to be if you're just starting your career. If you're a young person, I would go to Atlanta. Yeah, if I was I'm not a spring chicken anymore, but if I was a spring chicken, I would go to Atlanta. And you gotta think, in this type of economy, people always talk about the economy as just like a broad thing. But economies are kind of micro. It's a macro thing, but it's also a micro thing. So if you're in a particular area, say you're in South Dakota and it's not much going on, you read a story like this where it says careers are hot in Atlanta. Atlanta is the place to be. Then you can use that as, information to start looking into, relocating to try to find a job if you're job hunting. You might not be able to find a job in your state, your community, your area. You might have to expand your search. So all this type of information is helpful. And I think it's extremely helpful to know that. So shout out to the people who were doing the research to make that determination. I thought that was really important to get out to the citizenry. Huh? Well, I'm different, but for me, the best time to travel and see a place, to check it out and see if you want to live, is the summertime. So it's perfect that this information came out before the summer starts, because people are out from school, people are on vacations, and they can go and sightsee, do reconnaissance, see if they can find a place, if they can blend in and mold into the new community. But a lot of people are already moving to Atlanta. I told you 120,000 people relocated last year. So a lot of people have already known this information. Now it's more publicized. So congratulations to Atlanta. You have the hottest job market, hottest market for careers in the nation. Yeah, I'd be curious. Yeah, that's a good question. I'd be curious to know what the demographics look like down there in Georgia because of all these new people, moving to the state. Yeah, because now Texas is a majority minority state. Georgia might not be long off from that kind of situation as well. So it's great news if you're a resident of Atlanta or you live in the city. You say, why is it great news? Well, because your property value is going to go up. If you've got the hottest kind of career market going on in your city, your housing is going to go up because everybody's going to want to get in on it. It's like the gold rush. So, yeah, Atlanta. Yeah, I don't recommend that, but people will be doing that too. somebody said they'll go down to Atlanta and get into a relationship now that they know that 79,000, 80,000 is the median income. Yeah, people do that kind of thing too. Yeah. That's not a bad chunk of change though. 80,000, that's almost 100,000 a year. That's not bad. So, you young kids, look into that. If you graduate, look into, relocating to Atlanta and getting some work. Yeah. The thing about careers now is different than what it was before. Before, you would do a career for like 20, 30 years and retire. There's almost no young people you'll ever run into to say they're going to work the same profession for 20, 30 years. Most people will work for maybe like 2 to 5 years and then move on to something else. So with that, that affords some flexibility too. You can be like, I was in Atlanta for 5 years, like this one person I saw. They were there for a couple of years during COVID, the beginning of it, they moved, and then now they're back in Houston. Yeah. So, I see a lot of that too. Yeah, young people bouncing around from city to city, state to state. Yeah, that seems like that's a thing. But it's good. They have more flexibility in terms of what they can accept and what they will reject. That's a good thing in my opinion. I I can't say that I would never do Atlanta, like live there, but I don't like the policies of Georgia. See, you gotta, it, for me, I factor in, I'm just talking about myself personally, I factor in more than just the city. The city is nice, but what's the policies of the state? I mean, yeah, you could just go someplace and just stay in your area. Yeah, you could do that. Atlanta is big enough where you can just stay in the city and you can isolate yourself from the rest of the state. But still, you have state laws. The state laws are still going to impact you. Like, for instance, reproductive care. If they make it difficult for you as a woman to get reproductive health care, they're going to run a lot of women out of the workforce. So Atlanta might be a safe haven because they might, be a sanctuary for reproductive care, but eventually the state policies are going to harm that. But yeah, right now Atlanta is the place to be. So check that out, y'all. If you're job hunting, you're in the process of, just graduating, you don't know where you want to land or settle, look into Atlanta. It's the hottest market in terms of careers. Look into that.